morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. We do have our regular co-host here for the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, James. Welcome.
Hey.
Good morning. I am
Good
still
morning.
waking up. I am literally still waking up. It is 9 a.m. on the West Coast for those that are unsure. Me and James are on the West Coast, so normally we're pretty early risers, but I don't know. Today
Today is one of them days where I just
only
want to stay in
Monday.
my bed.
Right.
I just want
It
to stay in
feels
my bed. And I got so much to do today on top of going to a wedding today. So I am just like, oof.
me too. I feel it. Y'all, but we're here to go over the finale of Debs House, which should be quick.
Right.
This has not been a bad season at all. I just feel like Deb made too many mistakes. She should not. We're going to talk about it in a moment, our opinions, because it's all we really can talk about. They ain't give a shit. Good
Right.
morning, Shani, or afternoon. I forgot it's noon. Shani's in NYC. Shout out to everybody in New York. I love y'all. Y'all are a big percentage of the people giving me watch time hours. Like New York and Philly watch my videos from start to finish. So I don't know what y'all got out there. I don't know if it's the snow, the hurricanes, the humidity, but I love y'all. I appreciate it, and it's working. Absolutely appreciate it. But you are first per usual. I'd be forgetting it's early for us, but yes, other people should be up. Y'all, this finale was not put together well. I was annoyed with Deb. We're going to go over all of that momentarily, but it was not like, before we get into it, were you impressed with the finale, or were you like me fighting to stay awake?
No, because as I told you, I feel like for me, they were scrambling trying to put stuff together to put a season finale up, and it just was a horrible edit. I was like, what is going on here? And as I told y'all before, I feel like the show was set up for Kim to win the event. And the fact that she eliminated herself, it was kind of like, yeah, they had to do something and throw a whole bunch of edits. Because I'm not going to lie, some of these scenes look like they happened way before anything else happened. It was like, I was so confused.
Yeah, it was not edited right at all. I'm hoping that the problem with Ms. Deb, and I think this is why she hasn't been able to make anyone's career do anything since Gucci Mane and Nicki Minaj, who already had careers booming and just switched to her as a manager. As quiet as this kept, her and her son almost destroyed their careers. But I'm going to encourage y'all to utilize the YouTube streets to learn more about Miss Deb's accolades and what qualifies her to even have a competition like this. But I just don't think she knew what she was doing. I feel like Miss Deb, I used to think at the beginning of this season, or as we went through this season, like, Miss Deb don't know what to do with a singer. Singers are different. We are different. I did grow up singing. My mother sung. She was signed with Capitol. She was signed with Epic, Atlantic, LaFace, all in the 90s at one point. Luckily, my mama had a degree, several in a backup plan. But I say that to say with singers, it's very different. I think it matters more for singers that they find a team that not just believes in them, but that they have to have a good working relationship. Like an example, I wouldn't do YouTube with any of my other friends. I love them all equally, but I wouldn't do it with my other friends. But James is a friend I know I can actually work with, so it works. You have to find people that work with what you're doing. And I just don't think Deb knows what to do with music anymore. I think she likes to find people who already have some popularity, which is what she did with Johnny Blaze and several of her other artists, as well as how she gets the girls on this show there. They were prevalent on TikTok to get noticed by her with talent. So I'm just looking at Ms. Deb like, please stop. Please. Let me see here. Shani says, sorry, I don't watch this show. I'm just here for y'all. But which one is Kim in the picture? Did she win or who won? Which one of them won in the picture? So the person who won in the picture is oddly hidden behind Acorn Head. I'm not saying she didn't deserve it. We're going to talk about the winner. Audrey did win the show. Apologies if you have not watched the episode, but if you haven't watched the episode, you probably shouldn't be watching an episode review. But yeah, I just didn't Audrey's talented. I don't feel like she should have won, but I also do feel like she should have won, and I'll explain why. What else did Shani say? Oh, girl, your mama can sing. She get down. She actually sounds similar to her. My family's very musically inclined. My dad danced professionally. He went to the Olympics when it was in Atlanta, also for gymnastics, which I was like, Daddy, what? My mom, she sings. My sister sings. I play instruments and sing and write. My dad danced. I danced professionally. My family were very talented, but we weren't stupid. Like, we all have backup plans. Not big jobs is what I'm gonna say. And none of us are famous, so we were smart to not quit that shit. I'm just saying. Acorn head is the bald headed. No,
not quite. But in one of your questions you asked, Shani, Kim is actually right behind the lady in the bald head. So if you wanted to know who Kim was, because that was your question, she's right behind the bald headed lady.
Absolutely. Audrey's the other one. Kim, to me, she's not relevant though, because Kim is I don't know who's going to work with Kim after this. I think Kim will remain background after her behavior on the show. And maybe just to make this live something, I'll discuss or look into the updates, because I really don't have anything, James. I have 6 notes and they are sentences.
I only have 3, so you're doing better than me. I just looked at my phone and I was like, I have 3 notes. So let's see what you have and let's see if I wrote that down.
Only thing I had was Cisco came during sound check and prayed with Amber and her mom. I think it was nice to show Amber's mom in a positive light. I do think her mom cares about her. I also think that Amber is from South Central LA. Every hood is different, but out in California, our hoods are, I would say, extremely different in that there's less community compared to like other hoods you'll go to where there'll be the beef and the shenanigans, but there's still some sense of community amongst certain people. We don't have that too much out here. It does make you rougher in exterior, especially bitches in LA. So I feel like her mom is just that. But the girl is autistic and is high functioning autistic. And we cannot say that that's all her. Her parent had to have got her into treatment early on and did something. So I hope Amber's relationship with her mom improves. That's all I have to say on that. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I agree. I did write that note down, but I didn't really talk about the family because being a Cali kid, our parents have a level of attached, detached behavior when it comes to us. I experienced that myself with being an author. My mom has still have yet to read my books. And it does hurt. It does. She always says, James, I'm going to do it. James, I'm going to do it. She's happy that I became an author. She's happy that I've written books and that I did go forward with publishing them. But as far as leaning into my dream, she's not there. So it is some, huh?
Is she like a reader?
Yeah, my mom reads. Is she just
fiction? Because your book was kind of like teen fiction almost. Well, at least I was at one of them though. So
here's the thing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, no, it is a different genre. It is something my mom will have to lean into. But I, in some ways, feel like it shouldn't matter what the book was about, as long as you read it and had some type of imparts of my dreams. At least let me know, because my dad could tell you when he was alive. He could tell you cover from cover, page from page, and figured out who the killer was in my first book. My dad was invested. Like, it was just kind of one of those situations where mothers, being a Cali mom, if they haven't found their dream, they feel like it's going to be harder for you to find yours. And sometimes they don't lean into it. Sometimes they don't. And I understood that having a Cali mom, I understand that, because it's like, yes, she believes in her child. Absolutely. My mom believed in me. She still does. But when it comes to leaning in, that's a whole nother step that I don't think a lot of Cali moms go the mile to do. I just think saying you can do it is good enough, and really it's not. So, I understood.
Do that in general too, but hopefully, either way, James has a good book. I'll be sure to put the link to it. You can buy it on Amazon. I know most people have Amazon, so check it out. It's not expensive either, because I had bought it I think a couple months after your first book came out, and it was cheap. So it's affordable. Thank you for
Yep,
not charging
it's
us $41 for a
no,
soft.
my books, when the sequel comes out, hopefully I get it out this year. I'm praying on it. I'm gonna manifest it. It need to come out this year. I will drop a discount for my first book because you need the first book in order to read the sequel. So if you have not bought the first book, definitely do it so that way you can read the sequel. So that way you're not lost because you will be
Never
lost.
too late either to come out with the book. Sister Soldier gave us one good book, Coldest Winter Ever. Then it took her over a decade to give us the follow-up story for Midnight. Then it took her another 20 years to give us the actual follow-up to the original book. So that's the beauty I think that authors do get. Y'all ain't as like pressed for time because you can still make money. We will. It'll be in the link, the description of this video after. That's usually where I put the links. But I will definitely add it because I actually have a bookmark because we used to post it a lot. But yeah, y'all, Cisco, good for Amber. Woohoo. I'm touched. I also want to say this, Cisco, just because your son has autism, right? Like, doesn't mean that you have to give every person with autism special treatment, if that makes sense. I did feel like Cisco bonded with Amber because Amber is likable and lovable, but I felt like that bond was based on what he has going on with his son. But you're still in the industry. She's got a great voice. She's a powerhouse, but acknowledge her voice and her talent, not her autism. And I feel like Deb and all of the judges this season, though Amber spoke about her autism, she didn't really want to speak about it too much publicly in terms of around everybody. And when she did, that's all anybody talked about. So I can understand Amber for wanting to keep that a secret. I feel like most of us can. It was nice, Cisco. I understand you try to have a moment, but I want to see you have another moment with the other women that were left there as well, who may not have autism, but also had their struggles that should be respected. And especially Ashley's with that cancer child. If anything, that's bigger than autism to me. Hell. But because to me, autistic people are no different from us. They just think differently, if that makes sense. But yeah, moving forward, Lily from SWV, also the founder and reason that SWV exists. I will always give her her credit. If you watch their show in 2006 or to 9 or whatever, whenever it came on, y'all know that yes, Coco is the voice, but she is one of 3 voices and was the lead. That's how they did it back then. But Kiki is going to be helping, or Lily from SWV is going to help as Kiki Wyatt judge. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, because I thought that was odd.
It was odd. Kiki's like the coolest chick, though. She gives true New York. Lily, she's super chill. I like her. I enjoy watching her on TV. It's nice to watch her because I think the last time we saw her on TV, she was talking about writing a sex book or something. And I was like,
yeah, that's when she was doing the show with Escape, SW and Escape. She was trying to come out and she had that fine ass manager come over and she was reading that book to him. That shit was fun. I don't know if she ever came out with that book or not. I need to look it up because I'm curious.
Are we talking about Cisco? Yes. Yes, for the Creep Squad.
Yes.
The problem with Love and Hip Hop, and I think this is the only good thing MTV is doing with it, they got away from the music part. It was supposed to be love and people in hip hop trying to come with careers or revive their careers. Cisco has always had a good name and reputation as it relates to production in the industry. But look at this shit. We only remember him for the Creep Squad. That's why when he was talking about his son to Amber, I'm like, the son that the lady wouldn't let you see because you moved the other bitch from across the country to live in the attic? Cisco. I'll never forgive him for putting that girl in that attic. It was he did that to that. I can't remember her name. I think it was Diamond with the problematic mom, and she came for money. The little nepo.
You know who I'm thinking about? Because wasn't his name Cisco too? From season 1 that put somebody in the attic too.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. My mind got conflicted. Yeah, it was Diamond. He was when a relationship was Diamond. That was Daryl Strawberry's daughter. Yeah, yep. I remember. Yep.
She just made a fool of that family too.
She did.
Because yes. Since like it got worse, she ended up on Miami. She was on Hollywood at one point. I seen her on another reality show, still pulling the same shit. But I'm gonna say this to every woman out there. I don't care how big you are, what color you are, or what you smell like. If a nigga fly you out you better be putting something better than an addict. I don't care if it's permanent or temporarily. If the moment I would have seen that addict that he had me in, I would have fucking left. Now, Samaya Reese, it worked out because she wasn't flown out to have like intercourse and a relationship. She was actually trying to build her career, and it worked out because now she's richer than all of them combined. So
True.
Like, I still think she's crazy on the low though, but we love a good story. Right. And New York addicts are small. They're not like the addicts we have everywhere else. That attic was small. It was small. Okay. I didn't understand it, but you know, in the name of love, she got a baby by somebody else now. That girl who did that. The ladies are gonna sing their songs. They all had sound checks. They all did okay. Miss Deb annoyed me. But before we get into it, because we're basically done with this review, in terms of the performances, I felt like the best performance was Amber. Who did you feel did the best performing?
See, I was conflicted because I did think Audrey did good, but Amber, yeah, I felt like she had better placement. I'm gonna say that she had better placement as far as ability, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed with anybody.
That's the thing. So
I wasn't really impressed with anybody. Yeah.
The only person who impressed me and actually did move me to tear up a little bit was Amber. And that's because her voice, if you looked at the crowd when she sang, they were the most engaged when she sang. The other thing with Amber's voice is soulful, is sultry, and it's unique. So I don't like that Miss Deb keeps comparing her to Macy Gray, but I understand the comparison because Macy Gray's voice was extremely different when she came out. And then she wanted to do kind of like this punk rock neo soul thing, which threw people off. Amber, I think, has a lane. There are lots of people that sound like her. I just don't think that Miss Deb knows what to do with somebody like that. I just don't. But she did do the best in her performance instead of walking around, enjoying it, entertaining the crowd, utilizing choreography. And the girl could just sing. Audrey also did good on her performance. I would say that would be the second best.
Yeah.
Just because that was the best Audrey's done the whole season. But I like Audrey for that because she's been kind of just like meh, like not bad, but not excellent enough to like stand out with all the competition that's out here in the R&B industry. But she did good. She didn't mess up one note. Now, what I am mad about, Audrey is a plus size woman, a cute one at that. Why would they put her in that dress? That dress, when she was moving and it just looked like not even a roll, like every move she did was like that. She could not breathe. And no, it wasn't her titties. And yes, she's a larger girl, but y'all could have fitted her better. Like I felt like everyone's outfits was a little off. Like I didn't like Audrey's dress. I didn't like Ashley's dress. The girl is insecure about having a double mastectomy and you put her in a V-cut dress. That did not fit her right.
Welcome to WeTV. You know, WeTV really hasn't had a great show since the couples therapy.
Oh no, that's a lie. You got to keep up with WeTV. They get higher views and get the same views as bigger networks. The problem is not with this show. WeTV is putting all their money and energy into Love After Lockup right now. And
I don't watch it. That's why, yeah.
Well, millions of others do. It's a huge.
I'm talking about, because to me, that's I'm saying things that I get why that show is popular. I get why people love that show. I get every aspect of it. But when we're talking about like shows that really are realistic to me, not the world, I just don't see WeTV having it.
The problem with WeTV, because you can't say that and then be okay with OWN. No one will get that. I'm
not okay with OWN. Let's be very clear. I'm not okay with OWN.
How we watch it. But no, with WeTV, I think the problem right now is that they had good shows, but they keep putting their money and effort into the wrong shit. And that's where they are like OWN.
I can see that.
Putting energy into Love and Marriage. And outside of that, it seems like what is that show? Put a Ring on It, Ready to Love, all of that.
Because let's be clear, I did not want to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. I
I'm
did
supposed
not
to
want.
watch it. Is the thing. Every
I
time I look at
watched
it,
it
I'm like,
because of other YouTubers because they could do it. I was not. Let me tell you, I was not into recapping the Love and Marriage Huntsville on my channel. I was very against it. I didn't finish Love and Marriage Detroit. I stopped at episode 3 because it's whack. The only show I enjoyed out of OWN that made me actually turn a leaf was Family Empire Houston. That was the only show that OWN had that for me, I felt like was not only relatable, but then also taught me different things about business too in real estate that I didn't know already. So that's what I like about a reality TV show is that if they teach me something that I already did not know, and I was in real estate. So that's why I'm like, yes, I love shows like that. So when it comes back to WeTV, there's nothing that Miss Deb could teach me.
there's nothing that Miss Deb. That's what I've been saying the whole time. There's nothing that Miss Deb can teach anybody. I do think though this was a bad move. 8 episodes of bullshit makes no sense. WeTV has to figure it out. I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes I feel like they're trying to copy what they see other bigger networks doing, and that doesn't always work. I feel the same way about OWN,
Mm-hmm.
and it's coming off as great value instead of the brands. I'm just saying.
Just best believe I'm only doing Bell Collective because everybody else is doing it. I need the algorithm to work in my favor too. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
monetized. That's the only reason why I'm doing it.
Bell Collective's up and down, but it's not like horrible. There's potential there, but it's another example of a network just ignoring the good of a show for another show that is dead. Deb's House, I don't think this season should have even aired after watching the whole thing. I just don't, y'all. I don't. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. This was one of the worst finales I think I've watched in a couple of years. It didn't make sense. And like James said, you could tell that there was a plan to pick someone else, such as Kim. But this happened to Miss Deb last season. Also, she thought that one of an artist that she was already freaking an artist that she was already managing. And the goal of the show is to win a contract with Deb as your manager. She had someone she was already managing competing against the other girls, but then it got caught and the girl had to leave. So I'm looking at Deb and I'm just kind of tired. Let me see. I don't think I watch anything on WeTV. I only watch, the only thing I watch on OWN is Huntsville. OWN, yeah, I don't think many people watch much on WeTV right now because they don't have much show-wise. All they have is Love After Lockup, which then turns into Life After Lockup, which then turns into Love During Lockup. Well, your DVR is going to say that it's still Love After Lockup. They had Bold and Bougie, got canceled. They had Growing Up Hip Hop, got canceled. They had, but that was because of COVID. But they had some good shows, but they all came out around COVID and they just don't seem to be able to create more new shows. It just seems like Love After Lockup and Mama June is their bread and butter right now, which is not good because look at networks like OWN.
Oh, I forgot about Mama June.
Wow, you lucky. I will never cover that show, y'all. So please stop asking me.
I'm not either. I thought about it many times. I did. I thought about it many times. I just don't know what direction to go with that show. And especially since this last season has been very trifling, I'm not even about to go there because the last thing I want to do is get canceled for cussing out some old ass white ladies.
Yes, it's Honey Boo Boo's mama.
Yeah, that's Honey Boo. Yes, that's Honey Boo Boo Mama. Mm-hmm.
She said the only reason I got into Huntsville is because I saw a clip of Mel at the reunion saying I couldn't remember what guy gave me fellatio. Been watching from that moment. What did I say that's harsh? What did I say? I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm used to you, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, if we were to like do a live ever discussing all of the networks, like I have a beef with each network. It's different in each way, and some of their shows are better quality than others, but I have a beef with each network because I just don't like the direction reality TV is going. But it's a personal thing because we're not watching reality TV anymore these days. We're watching pre-planned, improvised scenes and or overly edited things. So I don't be trusting it. But hey, it's still fun to watch and talk about. Were you moved by anybody else's performance, James?
Nope.
Oh, I could tell. I figured. Miss Deb tries to act upset about having to choose one girl only, even though she know that was the fucking point of the show is to fucking choose somebody, Deborah. But okay, I forgot what you said. That was harsh to it. The devil's lettuce is off. Oh yeah, I hear you. I haven't done that yet today. I'm still waking up, but I'm here. Miss Deb ends up choosing the winner based on consistency, which okay. She chose Audrey to win the competition. She's the daughter, is it Nina Holloway? I can't remember the lady's first name, but she's granddaughter of a legend, a Holloway. I didn't want her to win. I didn't. Here's why. So pretty much this is over. The recap, the only thing that happens at the end was Ashley was a little salty. You could tell that Ashley was doing everything she could to be okay with her win. I did agree with something Ashley said at the end of the show. She said the reason she felt she should have won is because she is the true R&B sound. That is true. I'm going to come back to Ashley, though, momentarily. Miss Deb, Audrey is a very talented and beautiful woman. But Audrey comes from music legends and has a path. If you are going to choose to work with somebody, I feel like working and choosing someone that does not have a path or connection is fair. You sitting up there, Miss Deb, with that face that only a mama could love, talking about how difficult it is for you to choose one girl. So if you're going to choose the one girl and you're choosing it based on consistency, that is a cop-out. Because all of these women had to be consistent to even be noticed by this show or to get on the show. Because you said yourself, you looked up people who were trending on TikTok. So I just really don't like that Audrey won. It's given somebody with a career, because we know she got a job. We know she got stuff going on. She's very driven. I just feel like Audrey would have made it either way. And I'm like, did you choose her because she's close to you in Atlanta, Deb? Like, what the heck was this? I don't know. Audrey sang well, but let's call a spade a spade. She did okay in each competition. The times that she did win the individual competitions were times that everybody else messed up or people went home in flocks, because that happened throughout the whole season. Her song sucked. I'm sorry, Audrey, that song is trash. The song was good. Me and my husband were listening to it. We were like, the lyrics was good. The writing was good. The beat was good. The production was good. That hook was trash. It was trash. And the kind of trash that'll get stuck in your head and make you angry, not get stuck in your head and have you, wanting to hit it. So I don't know. I just feel like she's pop also. That's why Ashley's comment resonated with me. Audrey's voice is for pop. Like, look at her at the end trying to keep up with Keke Wyatt. No, baby girl, be confident, because trust and believe, Amber or Ashley would have been trying to hit them notes with Keke. So I don't know. I just was like, okay. But I'm also okay with Audrey winning because she was consistent. She handled her business. Her work ethic and drive was like no other. And she came in that house on business. She did not care about the drama. She tried to stop it, but she was not in it. So I do respect Audrey for that. I just can't see her in R&B, if that makes sense. But I don't think pop is ready to accept somebody that's plus sized. If y'all get what I'm trying to say. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one too, because I kind of feel like pop has kind of been strategically placed for our colorist women. And I feel like it was the Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson era of it being dominated at that point, and kind of having them, specifically them three, and of course others that came in between, to really be the faces of pop music. So I kind of understood that from that vantage point, and I agree with you. I don't think that it's an avenue where we can exist. I mean, of course, you had your, Fifi Dobsons of the world, but still, it still was one of those things where it was still resonated with that.
You
So
and
I kind of
far
understand.
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's her voice is just better for pop. When I hear Audrey's voice, it doesn't give soul. It gives pop. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Audrey's talented as fuck, and I think she'll go far and deserves it. But this is an R&B competition. That be like if we had rappers last season and we had someone on there that was like Future and couldn't do anything without auto-tune. Why are you here? spit a bar, don't sing me a track. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, but this was rushed. James is right. I'm gonna keep saying it, not just because he's my friend. He was fucking right. I think someone else was supposed to win, and they said F it, and this is what we got. Sassy Diamond reactions. Do you have a channel? If you do, I hope people check it out and subscribe to her reactions.
I'm about to look you up right now because I definitely would like to know more about you.
Welcome in, my darling. Good morning, cute picture. She says, I wish they had chosen new songs because the one they have performed had already been done. That's what it was too. I think we were tired of the songs. We heard the same fucking songs from all of these women since like the third episode where they wrote them. I'm tired. And why does every song have to be about something you've been through in life or something like your most deepest struggle? Look at R&B right now. The biggest stars and songs out right now are about niggas fucking up, heartache, falling in love, and just having a good time with your girls trying to forget the bullshit. Ain't nobody singing about their struggles and autism and cancer and pain. I mean, they are. But do you want to make a hit that everybody going to listen to when they feel like it? Or do you want to make a hit that's going to end up on one of them sad commercials for people struggling with health issues? What do we want? I don't care. Y'all can cancel me. I don't got shit no way. It's just my opinion. But what was that? As for Amber, she didn't win. She took it well. She was just like, I'm just grateful to have gotten this platform. I hope that my DMs start, filling up and all of those positive things. So I think Amber will be okay. I don't think she was ready to have the fame that would come with winning a show like this. But then again, Deb wouldn't have provided it anyway. But I digress. Ashley, I appreciate you, girl, for watching these reviews and supporting my little channel. I know you were upset you didn't win. And that is your right. And I would be upset too. But I do want to say to Ashley, she has a voice that is angelic. She does have a voice that aligns more with R&B. The problem with Ashley's voice for me and why I did not feel like Ashley should have won. Her voice sounds like everybody else. My husband was noticing that. The girl can sing. She can. But this is one. I had 3 issues with Ashley. The first one, you sound like everybody else. If I were to hear Ashley singing, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between her, a Queen Naija, a Summer Walker, or whoever. And that's a compliment because they can all sing great, but we have enough R&B artists out right now who sound the same. What happened when we had people come out like Keisha Cole, whose voice was different from anybody else's, or people like Angie Stone, whose voice and the way she sang was different from anybody else's when she came out, RIP. Ashley's voice does not stand out. And I did agree with Deb and Nash. She doesn't have that superstar factor. She can be a superstar just based on her story and personality. It's just
Right.
her voice will be hard to recognize until she finds her own sound. But I also feel a way towards Deb because how can I judge Ashley's sound when, as Sassy said, they sang the same fucking song the whole show.
Right.
Like, and me and James talked about this in our first recap, the songs that they gave them when they were singing like famous songs from other people. Like, why was Kim singing Brandy and SWV? Like, these are songs that she can sing, but out of her range and don't match her voice. So it's definitely a lot they could have done more with Ashley. My other issue with Ashley and why I felt like she did not deserve to win. Very talented girl. She was one of the pitchiest there.
I agree.
If we watch her song performance, there were times that she was flat. There were times that her notes were off. There were several moments where she was pitchy. Now I sing and I could kind of hear in her voice the like nervousness. So if you're nervous and shaky and stuff, that can impact your voice. But
Right.
It's the finale, baby. You had 8 episodes to get it together. You've been here the whole time. And we didn't really get much of Ashley on screen until the whole stuff went down with Kim. So I just felt like she was pitchy, messed up a lot in previous episodes, and she just wasn't quite there yet. Last reason I don't feel she should have won. If she felt she should have won based on the 3 that were left, I can get with that because Ashley's the only one that does align with R&B as a genre. But if anybody else like was left or like on the show, like if Dacia was there, y'all know I don't like Acorn Head. I think her attitude is nasty, but I would have preferred her win or be in the top 3 because at least she could sing and gave it correctly. But yeah, that's just my feelings. I think Ashley's talented. I think she'll go far. But yeah, she just has to work on getting a little bit more control of her voice. And she got to figure out the hair. I did not like the wig that they put her in. Why would you take those pretty braids out to put that wig on her head?
I think she's one of few people that I've seen with blonde braids that actually wore it well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like, because I get like our more melanin tone women are going into that blonde era. I never will understand it. My greatest example of it is Quad Web from Married to Medicine. I hate when she wears the blonde wigs. I do. It is not for her. I love when she goes her brown tone to black wig. So seeing her where I was actually like, damn, why would they do that? And then the hair they put on her was a darker color. So it was like,
That
no.
hair was terrible on her head. It did not fit the shape of her head.
It didn't
They
fit
had
the
her
shape, and
looking
then the
like
color
Mrs.
was just
Potato
too.
Head, and that didn't make any sense. And that
Sometimes
was,
hair color could be really harsh.
yeah,
Look on like your when you have a nice, pretty skin tone. It could be very harsh on your skin tone where you look like I tell you, my greatest example of that is Selena from Bell Collective, which we review Bell Collective very soon. She always looks like a different person to me, but when she has her darker hair, it always looks harsh. Where
it ages her.
it
Yeah,
ages her, yes. Versus when she has the lighter hair, it actually makes her look younger. That's why I said she always looks different to me because depending on the hair color, it'll either make her look her age or it'll make her, look younger than what she is.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, this hair wasn't for Ashley, but that's not even her fault. I would be pissed if they made me take out all them braids, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Ashley's talented. I just don't think she was ready yet. But she is the only person standing on the stage that aligned fully with like R&B. But the problem with Ashley's voice is I felt like it also aligned with R&B today. If it was years and years
Mm,
ago, the way she's saying, she would have to improve a little bit.
that's a good point.
Amber, her voice also is soulful, is sultry, but she gives me subgenres within R&B. I can't see her just singing regularly. Amber, Selena Johnson, I think is a good example of it. Like if she
Okay.
did do R&B, I can't say her do it. What was Selena's biggest hit? Wanna pay the cost? Guess what? You gotta be the boss. So
So,
like she can only do little simple stuff, and that don't always work.
see,
She
I
needs.
don't know any Selena Johnson songs other than All Falls Down. And I know she did cover songs.
Oh
And
my
my
god.
favorite cover song that she did was Wild Horses by I forgot that group called, that band. But yes, I don't follow Selena Johnson unless it's her doing podcasts or her doing, or if it was R&B
She
divas.
had one of the biggest hits in the 90s. But again, I did grow up with parents that are like not just loving music in it. So maybe I don't know. I love R&B, y'all. But Selena Johnson voice, I think it's a good comparison to Amber. And I think that's why Selena does a lot of cover songs and stuff, because her voice is kind of like, what do you do with it? It's so special and unique. But yeah, Amber, she aligns more with soul. I would see Amber doing ballads. She definitely needs like an acoustic style of R&B. I want to hear
Mm.
Amber's voice with live music and instruments and things of that nature. But I think all 3 ladies that made it to the final 3 did a great job on the show. I think all 3 women that made it to the final 3 represented that not all bitches are about drama and BS. Because Amber, she was emotional, but they did pick on her because of her talent. They just did. Just because people don't want to be in your face and people aren't social doesn't give you the right to pick on them and doesn't mean nothing's wrong with them. Dacia, Tara E, Kim,
Right.
stupid. It just doesn't mean that. I guess the last thing I'll say before we get off this live is who would you have wanted to stay that went home? Or would you have just thrown this whole cast away and done like a new cast if you had to redo the season?
I would throw away the whole cast and redo a whole new season. just because of the antics. Not to say any of these ladies were not talented, because the majority of them were. They were extremely talented. So I don't say that as a diss. I just said that I feel like some of them were chosen for ulterior motives. Some of them were chosen for the reality TV purpose of it all. And it really takes away, because I get this is reality TV as much as this is a competition, as much as this is about real women who sing. I just felt like a lot of what happened in this show minimized what their actual purpose was. So I think for me watching this show, that's why I'm upset with it, because there's always going to be a stigma. Like, I'm sure this is going to help them in some way or form, all of them. I'm pretty sure this is going to help them. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the antics on the show definitely minimized a lot of them and shown them in positions that normal people would not see, because y'all would never see me have a breakdown on YouTube. It just would not happen. Has Mrs. Best seen me have a breakdown? Absolutely. She's my best friend. So, of course, she's seen me have a breakdown. But y'all would never see that on TV. I would never put that on TV because I don't know who's watching me. And I want opportunities to always follow.
I do also feel like if they're going to hire people and put people on TV that have special needs, which autism would count as, have people that understand it or don't have her at all. Because Miss Deb, essentially, you sat there and encouraged this girl to come out and talk about her autism. Then she spoke about it. You understood the struggles of what she went through as being related to her being autistic, not just normal freakouts. And then Miss Deb's reason for not choosing her was because she didn't know what she was going to get from her. You're never going to know what you're going to get from someone who's experiencing a disability such as that. You're just not. They're a wild card, but we're all wild cards. You never know what you're going to get with anybody. So I kind of felt like Miss Deb pushed Amber to talk about her autism just to not choose her for the autism, if that makes sense. But, and that's her right. Ain't nothing wrong with it, because that is the unfortunate thing. Like, sometimes the way that you handle stuff, high functioning or not everybody in the world is not going to always be able to come and coddle your needs. I struggle with mental health struggles for pretty much most of my life. Depression really bad. I've been hospitalized and everything. Like, it's gotten bad. My husband be concerned sometimes, but I cannot lead with that in life. That's probably the first time I've said that on YouTube or publicly anywhere. I cannot lead with that in life, because what you go through, your mental health struggles, disabilities, whatever you go through, that's, the world still spins. So, you know, I think Amber might have learned that through the season, but she's still going to struggle. I just didn't like how Miss Deb handled it at all. But
right,
you know, Miss Deb will be back with some more bullshit probably next year. That's what I was thinking, twin. You never know what you're going to get from anyone, autistic or not. Exactly. Miss Deb, you worked with Johnny Blaze, Brandon Barnes, who lied to you about being a fireman. Your son caused all these crazy beefs years ago with Gucci Bed and all of that. The world almost canceled you when you supported the orange thing that's destroying our country right now. Like, Miss Deb, you are a wild card. And you talk about somebody else as a wild card? Hell, not with a face like that. Anywho, that was Deb's house, y'all. If there's anything that you guys feel, comments, all of that, we talk even after the lives end. Feel free to comment. We love to keep the conversation going. If your opinion is different from mine or James, we encourage you to comment even more. We don't attack people with different opinions on this channel. We don't. That's what keeps the conversation going. We're going to head into James's channel. I don't know which video he's doing first, so I'm going to let him do the segue.
I believe we're doing the Braxtons first. It just slipped my mind like that because I'm over here trying to plan out my day. So I think, yeah, it's the Braxtons. It's the Braxtons. I'm like, yeah, it's the Braxtons. Yeah. So come over to my channel so we can, talk about the very short video of the Braxtons, and then we're going to move on to Bell Collective. So let's see how that goes, y'all. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. We'll see you guys next time. Hope you liked the video, and adios. Happy Saturday.